Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fluent Vibe Podcast. I'm Ria.
And I'm Ethan.
Let me ask you something. How many times have you stayed silent? Not because you didn't know English, but because you were afraid of making a mistake.
Maybe you knew the answer. Maybe you knew the words. Maybe you even practiced the sentence in your mind.
But when the moment arrived, you said nothing.
Because fear stepped in.
Fear of sounding wrong.
Fear of being judged.
Fear of embarrassment.
Fear of mistakes.
And today, we're going to talk about that fear. Not grammar, not vocabulary, not pronunciation.
But the psychology behind speaking English confidently, even when you're not perfect.
So grab your headphones, take a slow, deep breath, and let's begin. Music. Soft intro music fades out. Scene. Two friends. Conversation. In-depth. Analyzing fear of making mistakes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fluent Vibe Podcast. I'm Ria.
And I'm Ethan.
Ethan, why are people so afraid of mistakes?
Because most people misunderstand mistakes.
What do you mean?
They see mistakes as proof of failure instead of proof of learning.
That's interesting.
Imagine a child learning to walk.
Okay.
The child falls again and again and again.
Nobody calls that failure.
Exactly. Everyone calls it learning.
But when adults learn English, they treat mistakes differently.
Very differently.
One small grammar mistake, and suddenly they feel embarrassed.
One pronunciation error and they start doubting themselves.
One awkward conversation, and they think they're bad at English.
Which is completely unfair.
Because learning a language naturally includes mistakes.
Thousands of mistakes.
Let's imagine two English learners.
Okay.
The first learner speaks every day, makes mistakes, learns from them, keeps going.
Sounds healthy.
The second learner waits until every sentence feels perfect.
A very common habit.
Who becomes fluent faster?
Almost always the first learner.
Why?
Because action creates experience. Experience creates confidence. Confidence creates fluency.
While waiting creates fear.
Exactly.
So fear of mistakes is actually slowing progress.
In many cases, it's the biggest obstacle.
Bigger than grammar?
Often, yes, because a person can learn grammar, but if fear keeps them silent, that knowledge never becomes fluency.
That's powerful.
Fluency grows through use, not storage.
Meaning English must be used.
Every day, even imperfectly.
You know something I've noticed?
What's that?
Many learners believe fluent speakers never make mistakes.
One of the biggest myths in language learning.
Really?
Absolutely. Native speakers make mistakes. Teachers make mistakes. Public speakers make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes.
Then why do they sound confident?
Because they don't panic when mistakes happen.
That's a huge difference.
A very huge difference. They focus on communication, not perfection.
And that's where confidence begins.
Exactly.
Pause. Scene. Two friends. Continuing conversation. In-depth. Analyzing fear of making mistakes. Let's continue, because understanding fear is one thing, but overcoming it is something completely different.
Exactly. And one of the biggest reasons people fear mistakes is because they imagine the worst possible outcome.
Meaning?
They imagine people laughing, judging, criticizing, rejecting them.
Even before the conversation starts.
Exactly. The conversation happens in their imagination first.
And usually, that imaginary conversation is much scarier than reality.
Much scarier.
Let's talk about something psychologists call catastrophizing.
A fascinating concept.
What is it?
It's when the mind automatically jumps to the worst-case scenario.
Give us an example.
A learner makes one pronunciation mistake.
Okay.
Then their mind says, everyone noticed.
Even if nobody did.
Exactly. Then it says, they think I'm bad at English.
Even without evidence.
Then I'll never become fluent.
Wow.
One tiny mistake becomes a giant disaster inside the mind.
And that creates fear.
A lot of fear.
Let's imagine a real situation.
Okay.
You're speaking English with someone.
Right.
You accidentally use the wrong tense.
Very normal.
What usually happens next?
Usually, almost nothing.
The conversation continues,
Exactly. Most people still understand your meaning.
and communication survives.
That's the important part. Language exists to communicate, not to be perfect.
I love that.
Because many learners forget it.
Let's discuss another fear, the fear of sounding stupid.
A very common one.
Why does it happen?
Because people compare their English ability to their intelligence.
Interesting.
In their native language, they're smart, funny, creative, expressive.
But in English, they suddenly feel limited
Exactly. And that feels uncomfortable.
because they can't express their full personality.
Not yet.
That's important. Not yet.
Exactly. Limited English doesn't mean limited intelligence.
That's a message many learners need to hear.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about confidence. Where does confidence really come from?
Experience.
Not talent?
No,
Not perfection?
definitely not.
Experience.
Every successful conversation teaches the brain something.
What's that?
I can handle this,
Even if the conversation wasn't perfect?
especially if it wasn't perfect.
Why?
Because then the brain learns an important lesson. Mistakes are survivable.
That's powerful.
Many fears disappear once we experience reality.
Instead of imagining it.
Exactly.
If you're listening right now, I want you to think about your last English conversation.
Did you make a mistake?
Probably.
Did the world end?
Probably not.
Did people stop talking to you forever?
Most likely not.
Then your fear may be much larger than the actual danger.
That's a profound realization
Because fear often grows in silence.
and shrinks through experience.
Exactly.
Let's imagine two future versions of the same learner.
Interesting.
In the first future, you keep avoiding conversations.
Because of fear.
Years pass.
And the fear remains.
Now imagine the second version.
Okay?
This learner speaks despite being nervous,
Despite making mistakes.
despite feeling uncomfortable.
And what happens?
Slowly, confidence grows.
Because action changes psychology.
Exactly. The brain starts collecting proof.
Proof that speaking is possible.
Proof that mistakes are normal.
Proof that growth is happening.
So if you're waiting to feel fearless before speaking English, remember this.
Fearlessness is not the goal.
Really,
No, the goal is speaking even when fear exists.
that's courage.
Exactly. And courage grows every time you use your voice.
Every sentence matters.
Every attempt matters.
Every conversation matters,
Even the awkward ones.
especially the awkward ones.
Because those moments often teach us the most.
And those lessons slowly build fluency, one word at a time, one sentence at a time, one conversation at a time. Pause. Scene. Two friends. Continuing conversation. In depth. Analyzing fear of making mistakes. Welcome back. As we reach the final part of today's conversation, I want to talk about something very important, the future.
Because every English learner has two possible futures.
One future is controlled by fear,
One is created by courage.
and the difference between them is often one simple decision.
The decision to speak.
Imagine yourself 1 year from now.
A powerful exercise.
In the first future, you continue waiting,
Waiting to feel ready.
waiting to become confident.
Waiting to stop making mistakes.
But the problem is, that day never comes.
Because confidence is built through action, not waiting.
Now imagine another future.
A different path.
You decide to speak every day,
Even if your voice shakes.
even if your grammar isn't perfect.
Even if your pronunciation needs work.
You keep speaking.
And slowly, something amazing happens.
Your brain starts changing.
The fear becomes quieter.
The hesitation becomes smaller.
The confidence becomes stronger.
Not overnight,
But gradually.
day by day.
Conversation by conversation.
Exactly. That's how real fluency develops. Let's be honest. You will make mistakes.
Absolutely.
You will forget words.
Sometimes.
You will mispronounce things.
Of course.
You will have awkward conversations.
Everyone does.
Even fluent speakers.
Even native speakers.
And that's perfectly okay, because mistakes are not signs of failure. They're signs of participation.
They're proof that you're trying.
Proof that you're learning.
Proof that you're growing.
You know something beautiful about language?
What's that?
Language is meant to connect people,
Not impress them.
not prove intelligence.
Not prove perfection.
Just connect.
Human to human.
Human to heart.
Idea to idea.
And when you remember that, English becomes much less scary.
Because communication becomes a goal, not perfection.
So, to every listener who's afraid of mistakes, we want you to remember this. Your